In this lesson, we're just going to block out the basic shape of our building. Since we're not working with any architectural CAD files, we're just going to go off our eye. It's always good just to start off by blocking stuff out, just to help get the dimensions down and proportions and all that. Just because later on, once you start adding more detail into objects, sometimes it becomes a hassle to try to reshape complex objects. So I just like doing this right off the start. And as you can see, I just dropped in a polygon object. I'm just going to rename that ground plane for now. And we're going to readjust the size to 300 feet by 300 feet, just to give us a little plane to build off of. I'm also going to switch the display settings over to ground shading lines. This makes it easier to see new objects in the viewport. So I'm going to bring this cube up to so it's level with the ground plane. I'm going to make it editable. Now I'm just going to start shaping it to give us a basic idea of what the foundation will look like to build off of for our structure. I'm just going to make it rectangular for now. Make a little more deep. Okay. From here, I'm going to copy and paste this. Again, we're going to switch over to either front or right view, doesn't matter. Just make it level with the top of the foundation. And again, just shaping, this is going to make up the basic structure itself, so I shall leave that there. I'm just going to play around, get some proportions that I want. Let's see, yeah, I think that looks good. Now I'll add some height. It's going to be a 2-story building, so I think that looks good for now. Now again, this is why I'm doing this, just so it'll be easy to play around with the different sizes, so we can get everything looking alright. So I just copy and pasted the first cube of the building. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees, and we're going to bring this down to the ground level plane, and we'll make it flush with the main structure. I'm just going to go ahead and reshape this. It's going to be a little deck area for the people on the second floor to walk out on. So we're just going to try and get the basic height correct with what we think will look good for the first floor level. Alright. I'm just going to reshape this a bit. See, it's starting to sort of take shape. It's going to be I have an idea in my head of what the structure is going to look like. Basic an L-shaped building. And having this on the side here will make it a little more aesthetically pleasing. Just some more stuff to look at instead of going off into the background. Okay, and now I am going to grab the foundation object, make it editable, polygon select. We're going to put a basic driveway structure in right here for now, just to help give us an idea of what everything's going to look like. Actually, I'll see that like that. Okay. From here, I'm going to add there's going to be a retainer wall right here, blocking off like the backyard area from the driveway, but we're also going to have one on this side of the driveway too. I'm actually going to make the driveway a little bit more wide. There we go. Alright, so from here I'm just going to grab this polygon, or this cube object, copy and paste it. Control V is the hotkeys for copy and paste. I'm going to go ahead and make the fire retainer wall that I just mentioned earlier. A little too tall right now. Select this polygon, drag it down here. Make it a little taller. Okay. Now I'll just select these two polygons, drag them up, sort of break up all the straight lines and stuff, make it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. And we're going to go ahead and copy and paste the far retainer wall, bring it up here, because I mentioned earlier we're going to have a retainer wall that's closer, separating the driveway from the backyard. I'm going to do a point select, switch it over to the rectangular select tool, deselect only select visible elements. This allows you to just select points and stuff that are hidden, say behind objects or out of your view range. We're going to drag this so it's flush right there. Decrease the height. Actually, I'll make it a little bit taller than that. There we go. So the final view, I think I'm going to choose to do something from the backyard area. So this is going to be sort of what the final view is going to look like. But for now, there's still a couple more things to add. I have an idea of adding a pool section right here. So again, just building off the blocks we already have. I'm going to copy and paste this one. Point select, rectangular select tool, and just shape it to what that area will look like, what we want that area to look like later on. Make it a little shorter than that first retainer wall. Actually, I'm going to bring this closer to here. Bring this out a little more. Actually, we'll make it flush right there. Alright, so let's take a closer look. I think everything's taken shape nicely. Now also, I'm going to add like a hilly grass area up here with behind this retainer wall with trees and everything. So I am just going to select this back polygon, right click, use the split tool. Now this just makes a new object from that polygon I just selected, so it doesn't delete the polygon that I selected either. So I'm just extruding. I'm going to select this back point, drag it up a bit. Alright, so yeah, everything's taking shape sort of to how I want it to look. Try and figure out a little camera view right now while we're at it. I was like trying to figure out the camera view pretty early on, just so you know what your workspace will look like, so you're not actually building assets or objects that you're going to end up putting out of camera view, so you know exactly what you're doing. So I'm just going to right click that camera, Cinema 4D tags, go to protection, and then go to camera, drop down menu, scene camera, camera. And that tag right there that I just added, the protection tag, makes it so you can't move the camera view at all, and can't rotate it, can't zoom in or anything. So yeah, just gonna go back to editor camera. So I think everything's taking shape. That's a general idea of how I want everything to look. So later on, we're just gonna start adding details and refining the main structure itself.